Welcome to a special edition of the Bakari Sellers podcast. We are going crazy over here because we're so excited. News just broke, breaking news. We need to have the CNN cryon at the bottom. But Kamala Harris is going to be the next vice president of the United States of America. But Joe Biden just announced her as his running mate. And so, as we went through this process, I speak to Senator Harris very often. I speak to her team often. A nerve-wracking process. Nobody knew what was going to happen. This process actually got down to individuals like Susan Rice, like Gretchen Whitmer, like Val Demings, like Karen Bass, very, very capable women who are leading in their own right throughout the country. But now we're at the point where we have an awesome opportunity to make history. And so let's think about that. Let's think about the background of Kamala Harris and who she is. That's the first thing that's most important. People need to understand who she is. She is not only a current United States Senator from the great state of California, but she's also a former attorney general for the state of California and a former district attorney in San Francisco. What that means is that she has the experience on the state, local, federal level to go out and do whatever she wants to do. And I'm very happy that Joe Biden has made her his vice president. Now, one of the things, we're going to have a special show about this, and I have great guests that are going to join us to talk about this. But one of the things we now have to look forward to, and this is when you have your UFC bells going off, your fighters' bells going off. Kamala Harris versus Mike Pence. Kamala Harris versus Mike Pence. The same Mike Pence who can't even meet with another woman by himself without his wife being there or her permission. Now he has to sit across the stage from Kamala Harris, and this is going to be a phenomenal debate. And so we have all of these things to look forward to. This is an untraditional campaign. And the reason that it's untraditional is because we're in the middle of COVID. You don't really want people knocking on your doors during COVID. We're not having these large-scale events. Donald Trump, we're not supposed to be having these large-scale events. And so what we do have is a new campaign, a new dynamic, and we have this amazing opportunity to be able to make history. And so that's where we are right now. We're at a point in time where individuals get a chance again to make history. The last time we had history at our fingertips, the last time we were able to do something like this was 2008. And we saw what happened then. So today is an amazing day in American history. The reason being is because for the first time, we have a Black woman at the top of the ticket. What that means is that now my daughters, Sadie and Kai, have someone who looks like them, who's representative of their culture. And they can say, Mommy, Daddy, I can be like them when I grow up. And so today is a day that most people will not understand the true import of. In the context of history, we can go back to the energy that's going to be generated like we had in 2008. We're going to go out here. This is going to be the wind beneath the sails of Joe Biden. And today is going to be an amazing day because this is going to be a day that we're going to be able to look back on next January after inauguration when Kamala Harris is able to lift her right hand and swear herself in as the first female and the first Black woman or Black person as vice president of the United States. Today is a day that I'm so excited to be a part of, and I'm happy to call Kamala a friend. We have joining us one of the people who helped author a letter of just amazingly talented Black women urging the vice president of the United States to choose as his vice president a woman of color, Angela Rye. Angela Rye was the former executive director of the Legislative Black Caucus, and so she comes with that experience. And we're going to chat with her just briefly about what this means, the impact of what it means to have a Black woman as president or vice president of the United States. And the wild part about this is I saw people commenting. They were like, oh, my God, this is an attack against men, as Donald Trump said in his interview earlier today with Clay Travis, I believe. Well, if men have a problem with the fact they are still at the top of the ticket and still would be president for, I believe, if my math serves me right, 232 years in a row, then you got deeper issues than worrying about a woman being a vice president. So I'm excited today. My daughters have somebody they can look up to, somebody that looks like them. This is an important day in American history. Angela Rye is joining me for a special edition of the Bakari Sellers podcast. Hey, Rye, how excited are you? Tell me about today and what this means.
First, I want to congratulate you because you endorsed very, very early in the primary. And I would tell you, I'm going to tell all the family business, Bakari in text messages, everyone about VP has been like, Kamala, 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 Kamala.
That's right.
Like,
That's right.
Every turn. So shout out to you for instincts, for inner knowingness, for following your gut, for pushing, and advocating to do the right thing. And I just think it's incredible. So you were
now
right.
But now the work, we gotta, our mouse wrote some checks. Now we got to go out and do the work.
Listen, we wrote checks and all the asses can cash these. Okay?
Amen. Okay. We got to cash them. Let's go. We got to go. So I was saying, for me, this is an exciting moment because I have daughters now and they get a chance to see the representation. Yeah. But for you, what does this mean?
Oh my God. Like, I was explaining this to Mignon earlier, Mignon Moore, who, is a big sister to both of us. And this pressure that I think that Black people have felt just kind of resting right here. I lied. I wasn't talking to Mignon. All Black people ain't the same. It was Donna after Mignon.
Well, you were talking to one of the colored girls.
Colored girl. But this pressure that we've been kind of feeling that's just rested right here. The pressure that my best friend has gone to the doctor to check on since the coronavirus pandemic, since George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery. This pressure, Bakari, today is just a little bit lighter. Like, there's this relief that I feel. I screamed. Like, I don't know what my neighbors think of me right now. I don't know if they think there's a DV situation. I screamed. Like, I was like, just this relief and like gratitude, because what I know more than anything else, greater than my happiness, greater than the relief, is Kamala is so prepared for this. And I'm just, I'm
Tell me this.
Yeah.
Before we go, what do people need to do now?
Be prepared. So they're going to come out, I don't want to even use that analogy, but they're going to come out hard and fast. And I think that we saw even during the primary, as soon as Kamala announced that, the trolls were out, the bots were out, and we have to know that they're going to attack her family. They're going to attack her marriage. They're going to attack, her everything. And I think that we just need to know that racism is still alive and they don't be concealing it no more, Kanye. And we also need to know that she's more than prepared. She's a litigator at heart, and we need to be prepared to have her back in the courtroom the same ways in which she's fought in the courtroom for all of her career.
I love you, Rye. Let's go get the work done. Thank you. Briefly on this emergency pod. I love it. Let's get it done.
All right, Bye. Let's go.